In 1980, the Soviet Union sent its sons to a war it would later call a tragedy. One of those sons was declared dead on a battlefield the Kremlin would prefer to forget. But the truth was far darker. His name on paper, Bakhretdin Khakimov, a draftee from Samarkand, 20 years old, assigned to the 101st Motorized Rifle Unit near Herat. In September 1980, during a firefight in Shindan, he was hit, left at the field, and recorded as killed in action. On record, a casualty. Off record, a life no file could contain. A different record emerged from the ground. Local villagers pulled a wounded man from the rubble. They called him Sheikh Abdullah. He recovered. He did not return. He learned a trade. He learned a language. He married a local woman. He converted. The man on the posters, who would be missed at home, became a healer, a semi-nomadic sheikh, and, by every measure, another person. In Russian records he was dead. In Afghan villages he had a name, a work, a home. Back in Moscow, relatives and veterans refused to accept blanks. A group of war veterans, the Warriors-Internationalists Affairs Committee, kept searching. Years of silence became decades. After 2001, searches intensified. In 2013 they found him. He recognized a photograph of other missing comrades. He could still say the names of his family in Samarkand, but he had no documents. He barely spoke Russian. He trembled from old head wounds. When asked to return, some soldiers chose to stay. For some, there was no return that could reconcile two lives. This story is not an anomaly. Hundreds of Soviet soldiers were listed missing in Afghanistan. War fractures identity. It severs state responsibilities. Where states fail, histories are filled by the communities that survive the fighting. The empire that sent him to fight recorded his death to close a ledger, an act efficient but cruel. The village that saved him rewrote his name into its rituals. Two systems recorded a single life differently. The truth, fragmented, sits in between. States mark the dead to make order. War remakes the living into strangers. Neither system can carry the whole truth of a man's life. He survived. But survival did not mean return. For some soldiers, the war was not an end, it was a life rewritten.